Okay guys, hopefully a short video here on section 7.4, area of a triangle. So we're going to talk about several different formulas that you can use to find the area of a triangle, and it doesn't even have to be a right triangle necessarily. And so there are really two major formulas that we're going to utilize. You can actually, on your notes, cross out this middle part. We're actually not going to use any of those formulas. We're going to use a set of formulas for whenever we're given two sides and an angle, and then a formula for whenever we're given all three sides. And so for this first set of formulas here, there's really three different versions, but that's because you could be given three different angles. And so really, the way that you need to remember this is that K, which represents area, is equal to 1/2 multiplied by side 1 times side 2 times the sine. I ran out of space here. I'm just going to say sine of the angle theta. Okay, and then for three sides, this actually has a special name. It is called Hurons Formula. So if you hear me say Hurons Formula, that's what I'm talking about. And this formula says the square root of s times s minus a, s minus b, s minus c, where a, b, and c are the three sides of the triangle that you were given. And s is called the semi-perimeter. So if you think about what that word semi-perimeter means, perimeter meaning add up all the sides, so that's why you see a plus b plus c, but then semi meaning half of that. And so taking half of the perimeter. Okay, so we're just going to work about 5 examples, maybe 6 examples, and then be done here. So in example 1, we're given two sides, 2 and 4, and an angle which is 50 degrees. And so in order to find that area of that triangle, we're going to use our first formula, which is 1/2 times side 1 times side 2 times the sine of the angle. Make sure that you're in degree mode, and to 2 decimal places when you punch this into the calculator, you're going to get 3.06. And since we're talking about area, the units are going to be squared here. Okay, same thing in example 2. So I'm going to give you a chance to try this one by yourself and see if you can get to the answer. So if you want to pause the video, try it out yourself and see if you get this answer. (19.73 units squared. So if you have any questions on example 2, please let me know. Otherwise, let's move on to example 3, in which case we are given 3 sides, 4, 2, and 5. And so that means we're going to use Hurons formula since we're given all 3 sides of the triangle. And so I need to start off by computing the semi-perimeter, so adding up all of the sides and dividing by 2. And that's going to give me 5.5. And then that means that the area is going to equal to the square root of s, which is 11.5, and then 11.5 minus the first side, 11.5 minus the second side, and 11.5 minus the third side. And punching that all into the calculator at once is going to give you 3.80 units squared. Okay, example 4, very similar. I'm going to give you a chance to try that one by yourself. And what you should end up getting for your answer is K is equal to 11.83 units squared. Okay, so if you have any questions on how to use Hurons formula, please feel free to let me know. Okay, example 5, we're not given a picture, but we are given the information. So B is 3, C is 5, and capital A is 70. So in that case, we've been given 2 sides and an angle, which means that we're going to use our first formula, which says 1/2 times side 1, which is 3, times side 2, which is 5, times the sine of 70 degrees. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't have my calculator sitting right next to me, so I'm not going to be able to tell you what the decimal value of that is, but you guys can certainly do that by yourself. Okay, example 6, a little word problem here. It says the dimensions of a triangular lot are 191 by 170 by 185, and so that's the three sides of the triangular lot. If the price of such land is $3 per square foot, how much does the land cost? And so what we're going to have to do here is find the area of this triangular lot and then multiply by 3 in order to find the price. And so since we're given all three sides, we're going to use Hurons formula, which means we need to find the semi-perimeter. So adding up all of the sides and dividing by 2, that's going to give us 273. And so that means that K is going to equal to the square root of 273 multiplied by 273 minus 191, 273 minus 170, and 273 minus 185. Punching that into the calculator, and then how about you go ahead and also just multiply it by 3. That will give us our answer of $42,733.60. Okay, any questions on how to find the area of a triangle, please feel free to let me know. And until next time, we'll see you later.